But I am really like happy because I put in my contracts for the Richmond Coliseum. Um, to do basically what I told the young lady in the daycare center is what my dreams are is to work with cancer kids. So I feel like I'm moving closer to my dream by working for a VCU. Okay, so um, basically I want to create a Cancer Kids Association, which will right now, because the Richmond Coliseum is the doors are just locked. They like it's closed. Okay, well it's closed majority of the damn time. If you contact the people to do something in the Richmond Coliseum, you can do something in the Richmond Coliseum. So basically, what I decided on was either the Richmond Coliseum or the Conventional Center. Okay, but the Conventional Center basically you have to more so think like the Conventional Center have a lot of things going on throughout it, where the Richmond Coliseum don't really have anything going on. The reason the door was closed because I got in an accident there, and I'm a very private person. Okay, so if something happens to me, okay, if I don't go into a hospital and talk about it, basically you would know that that actually happened. Like I would have to be comfortable enough to talk to someone about what it is that I'm going through. Okay. So one of my contracts, I was like with Mr. Davidson, I believe. I wanted to do a choir versus choir with the universities. Okay. And I think that it'll just be something additional to whatever it is that they do already. Because I'm pretty sure that they go around to different stuff, do different stuff throughout, the year. Just like me being in the marching band, we did stuff throughout the year. I'm pretty sure that in the college, the choirs do stuff throughout the year. But I just thought, like, this idea is a great idea. And the idea for me, and when you have a company, you make money too because you have to live too. Okay? But the idea is to make the children lives like if you know that a cancer child might die tomorrow, how would you make their dreams come true? Okay, so I just feel like with me working at the hospital, is it will be that one foot in the door where I would be able to do my dream, and when none stop me from doing my dream. Okay, and so basically, it's like raising money. It'd be like a benefit program where I am raising money for cancer kids. We make a safe sum, you know what I'm saying? And then all don't have to die. Is how I feel. You feel me? And then I also feel like we can do this actual event in the Richmond Coliseum. And they painted the Richmond Coliseum orange. That's so crazy. Ain't they crazy? It's my city. Bad city. But these things go on a U.S. patent. Okay? So basically, the city is going to pay for all of my U.S. patents and stuff. Um, and I'm gonna get my money soon, Lord Jesus. Say it's over there painting the Richmond Coliseum orange, but I feel like this is a good building to do the competition in. There are gonna be people that's gonna help me with like the prize stuff to get the people, and everything's gonna be okay. I do feel like because the card in which I would have to have actually, it has to be placed into the system. So they're working on that. So, and they're working on the Richmond Coliseum. I wonder if they're gonna paint it Like you can paint it orange, and then like they're gonna do artwork on it. Oh my goodness! Oh, Richmond Coliseum though. And Richmond Coliseum is owned by the city of Richmond, but I am just like trying to get back a track, cause like these people threw me off. Like when you just have one set of people that is just throwing you off. You know what I'm saying? Like the court buildings are throwing me off from the teaching of the Richmond Public Schools, from the teaching of um, VCU Hospital, from the teaching of the health insurance people. So then y'all can't see as judges how y'all is wrong. And I ain't saying all of them wrong, because everybody ain't wrong. Some people, when you go to the court, but they use their common damn sense. For real. I sat into a court building one time, and the judge said, when you get back to the jail, they're gonna free you. Like, for real. She did just about almost everybody like that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes a judge can reach out to you, you know what I'm saying, when you're in your little situation with your handcuffs and stuff, right? To, what happened that you're in this situation? So you can think of no better alternatives. The reason that you're in this situation, I've just seen it all in court building, you know what I'm saying? But every judge ain't saying, trust that. John Marshall Court building judges are not like the juvenile judges at all. Like, and I've been in court buildings with people. And like, why y'all like that? Like, what is really wrong with y'all? So you would take my paperwork and you would take his paperwork and put everything that's wrong with the city of Richmond. Like, we got something to do with all of that. Who are you really supposed to talk to? I really hope they're gonna paint it. Like, they're gonna do art on it. Like, the background is orange, and then they're gonna do like artwork on it. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. You know, I'm gonna be nosy. I'm going to be right nosy, but woof. My invention license, right? How will it be set up? They gotta do all of that. It's good go. Like, it's basically, are you coming in here? It's basically what they're saying. It's someone that's gonna pick up your company. That's these invention books they talking about. It ain't cause you in your house cooking and you done made 5G. Somebody done got pissed off at you because you done made 5Gs. You ain't gave them a piece of your 5Gs. So they gonna tell the state so you can go and get a business license and a vendor's license to sell your food. In my situation, I am doing inventions. You don't have an invention license, so then I'll have to set in place where now we're doing invention license. Where someone's going to buy my book, the county can buy it, the countries can buy it, the city of Richmond, my city of Richmond, all they going to do is install that shit in, and trying to get the world to work different. You have to think about though, like, because everybody got their own feelings and stuff. And I want to fill out this sheet of paper, and I want to fill out this sheet of paper, and I want to fill out this. Okay, now when you filling out these sheets of paper, who you helping? The whole thing is you can't fill out the sheet of papers in these buildings. Actually, it's because the stuff is not connected. They just telling you whatever, and you just fucking up the damn system. You have to go through the school to be filling out these damn papers. For real. And the whole thing is though this though. You don't actually know, right, if in each state they have a school. Right? But you would know, like, in DC, the school is in DC. You feel me? You would think like there's a school just like that in Virginia, you wouldn't know that. That's not something that this is like basically private stuff. Like regular people can write them and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But you have to contact DC for whatever. You feel me? Like, seriously. And you have to think, like, so I had to learn how to think, like, okay, from an inmate's point of view. And then never been an inmate, so then my point of view. So then, you know, like, it's just a whole bunch of stuff like that. Like, and then I had to learn about a lady in John Marshall Clip, and said how they do it is they do it topic by topic, and you cannot mix the topic. So that is talking to a judge about my custody situation, but then I'm in there for a whole total different damn reason, and so this like it does not work like that. So so it's like well, where it work like that at when you can talk about like several topics at one time with these buildings? So I just figured it out. Basically, I was like, if the Pentagon gonna come see me, um, it's because I'm well behaved. It's because I won an award from the Pentagon or something. You know what I'm saying? Or like I one day meet my foster dad. Like I would just give this man up. Like seriously, like Sheldon, let me tell you how because of you, I figured out so much. I done had a whole lot of migraine stuff from this shit, but I figured out so much stuff. Like how you have to do basically the opposite with everything. Like so, how they teach me is wrong. But if I was to stand in front of an actual U.S. military candidate and talk to them, right? And all the stuff that they go through with war, whatever it is they do with, the military, right? It's a reward system that trains you that certain people that are surrounding you are wrong. And can you pull out the wrong in it? So that if your uncle is a sergeant, the conversation you can have with the sergeant ain't gonna be the same conversation you can have with your daddy. Okay, so then when you getting fussed out, you have to understand that because he went somewhere where they trained him to do this at 6 o'clock, this at 7 o'clock, and this at 8 o'clock. You understand what I'm saying? Where at home, with mama and your daddy, they didn't train them to do that. So with my grandmother being a husband of a USA candidate, right? I was taught a certain kind of way. Okay? So I do things differently. So then when there's drama calling my phone, see the one thing is I can't do drama to my phone. I cannot do drama to my phone. Okay? Now, if you are a person that is shooting up every single day, or sniffing something up your nose every single day, and the person that stands beside you do not do that, you are going to have to come to terms with one day that because this in particular person does not do what it is that you're doing, that one day, whatever they found so fun about your ass, it ain't fun no more. And that they will go find somebody that's not doing that. And it could be something to be like, I wonder if it's something that I did. The reason that that person is actually doing that in particular thing. Okay? You have to come to realize that one day, though. That because you went from sniffing something, then you went to shooting something. Or whatever. Or some whatever about some Marleys. I'm not sure about that either. You have to realize that the person that is beside you doesn't do any of these things. They could have started off doing these things with you, right? Because they was like, this is how I'm going to get closer to you, or whatever. Or maybe, and then they just say, oh, well, you know what? This ain't even the life that I like, you know what I'm saying? And they have to go through their withdrawal, so they have to come over it, like, and then, they'll be like, well, and you should have stopped when I stopped, because you didn't stop when I stopped. I don't even want to be with you at all. Yeah, you have to think about these things. Okay? As a human being and a person on this earth, you have to think about when one person does drugs and the other person don't do drugs. Do the person want to be around you? How long before the person gonna leave you because they don't like these factors about you? Now, if you met somebody, right? They won't sniffing stuff up their nose, but they got around their friends and they sniffing shit up their nose, right? On what day is the person gonna leave you because they know it's something funny about you or something strange about you? These are things in which people should think about. My Richmond Coliseum opening back up. Yes, to them ears. Yes, to them ears. Hey.